Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it. You have that power too.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So new Star Wars Episode 7 trailer, the cast was at Celebration, so this is going to be a breakdown of the new footage they post and some of the things they said. Really the big takeaway here is that the original cast is in the trailer. We don't really see their faces, with the exception of Han Solo and Chewbacca. But this is Luke Skywalker putting his metal hand on R2. There's been a lot of rumors about what's going on with Luke Skywalker in the movie, but because his voice sounds fairly normal in the trailer, I'm not expecting any vast left turns for the character. There are so many elements from the original trilogy in here though, it's so much fun. Like Vader's melted helmet, the Millennium Falcon. We learned a little bit about this desert planet. It's actually not Tatooine, it's called Jakku. No idea how that's spelled right now, I think it's Jakku. But it's the same desert planet that we see in the last trailer, where the new cast meets. Remember, John Boyega's playing Finn. He's a stormtrooper as far as we know. They were fairly non-committal when they were asked about that at Celebration. They were like, can you confirm that he really is a stormtrooper and he's not just masquerading as one? And they wouldn't say anything, so he could be on some sort of infiltration mission. He could be like a rebel masquerading as a stormtrooper. This is actually what the full stormtrooper gear looks like. It's fairly close to the original trilogy, just with a slightly modified helmet. This is Rey. I think that's her hand that's accepting the lightsaber in the trailer. There's a lot of theories that she might be Princess Leia's secret daughter, like Han and Leia's daughter. I don't know if that's true or not. Because he says, the Force is in my sister when she's accepting the lightsaber, I think there's some sort of family connection between them. They also made a big deal about all the practical shots they did instead of, versus CG. There will be a lot of CG in the movie, but if you look in the backgrounds, you can see all these big sets that they built. They look really beautiful and dirty, like they should. There's something so awesome and steampunky about the classic Star Wars universe, and obviously they're shooting on film too. They're not shooting it on digital tape. J.J. Abrams called this as much a Western, like a John Ford Western, as he did a sci-fi picture. So I just think that's really awesome, because I'm a big fan of John Ford. Obviously the Empire is still a very big deal in this movie. Just forget about the expanded universe New Republic stuff. That does not exist. Power abhors a vacuum, so even though, a bunch of people died in the Battle of Endor, other people inside the Empire rushed in to fill that leadership vacuum. So there's still very evil people leading the Empire right now. And if you've been watching Star Wars Rebels, the Inquisitors are actually going to be a big thing. They tried to set that up in Rebels. Here's a better shot of Poe Dameron in his X-Wing formation that we had in the last trailer. There's a lot of theories that his character is going to be involved in the X-Wing spin-off movie. Here's a better shot of that crossguard lightsaber in action. I know everyone's still debating on whether or not that's effective. Here we can see this shit hitting the fan on Jakku, whatever's going on between Ren and Finn. He's not wearing stormtrooper gear anymore, so he could be a rebel that was just masquerading as a stormtrooper temporarily. And we see BB-8 in the background here rolling around. That's actually practical, it's not CG, like they built a robot that rolls around on set. I love that her outfit is a nice mirror for Luke Skywalker's in Episode 4. Kathleen Kennedy made a big deal about talking about how new women of power are going to come into the Star Wars universe via these movies. Rey is just one example of that. Here's a really good shot of Kylo Ren. I think he's going to be the main antagonist, like the Darth Vader type character of Episode 7. There are a lot of rumors that this could be Adam Driver's character, but there isn't any confirmation on that, and he wasn't at Star Wars Celebration. New stormtroopers with the new Imperial banner in the background. These are the new updated TIE fighters. Obviously, they've updated all the ships because remember, this is in the future, so they made slight modifications, probably improved things a little bit. Here's another awesome scene on a practical set. Look how big this is. None of this is CG with the exception of the blaster fire. This looks like the new Star Destroyer design. I don't think it's a Super Star Destroyer. It doesn't look quite big enough. Here's one of the new Chrome Troopers. They haven't fully explained what their role is in the Empire. We can probably guess that they're just spec ops. BB-8 on the Falcon. This actually looks like it appears earlier in the film, but before that big explosion when they're running away. It seems like based on this shot that Han Solo and Chewbacca rescue them in the Falcon. Them flying into the downed Star Destroyer is also a nice twist on flying into the Death Star. Slightly modified TIE pilot design, all practical set. So we finally see Han Solo on screen with Chewbacca. He's actually like the first original cast member's face that we've seen on screen. First original cast member that's not a droid. When he says, "We're home, Chewie," he could be talking about a lot of things. He could be speaking in a metaphor, we're fighting the Empire again, or they could be on a planet. Han Solo's from Corellia. We don't know if they're going to visit that place in the movie. I don't think that he's talking about Corellia though. Something really telling, I think, is the fact that none of these original cast members appear together, with the exception of Han and Chewie. Han and Chewie are off in one part of the galaxy doing their own thing, Princess Leia's off on her own, doing her own thing, and then Luke Skywalker's getting his Ben Kenobi on, hiding out somewhere. Obviously the new cast, like the new main cast members, will be coming together in this film. I'll be interested to see how long it takes for the original cast members to meet up, or if they even do. Episode 7 is really like a transitional film, like they'll be transitioning the story to this new cast of characters. So as we move forward in the trilogy, you'll see the original cast less and less and the new cast more and more. But overall, awesome new trailer, really awesome seeing Han Solo for the first time. Harrison Ford wasn't at Star Wars Celebration because he's still recovering from his plane crash, but it was really fun seeing Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill cry on stage. So I might do some more Star Wars videos this weekend. Be sure to subscribe to get them. I got some Daredevil that I'm working on, trying to get through everything before Game of Thrones again on Sunday. So lots of awesome stuff. I'll be tweeting about Celebration all through the weekend. So if you want to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, there are links for that in the description. I know it's been a little while since they posted a trailer, so you guys can actually click here for the last one to watch that again. And you can click here to catch up on all my Marvel Avengers videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be so much fun. Everybody, let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.